Point Blank. I'm Amy Escobar, this time. And we have a very interesting guest today, Cesar Caballero. He's the Shingle Springs Indian Chief. And he's got a fascinating story to tell. So as we understand it, your family, your group, your tribe has been kind of usurped by this other tribe.
That is correct.
The federal government really somewhat doesn't give a hoot, and they listen to the ones that are sitting there in power.
Correct.
None of your family?
I believe they are confused. They're confused as to who's actually leading the situation.
No one from the Shingle, the original Shingle Springs tribe, which sat on that land, that was taken over by the Verona tribe. They took your name, they took your land, and they kicked you off.
That is correct.
And none of you live there now?
No one lives there now from the original Shingle Springs tribe.
Not one person.
Okay.
Not one person is there. And if we do ask for our rights, they basically
tell you go pound sand.
Go pound sand, surround us, try to get us in trouble in a very brutal.
So what government agency can you go to that's going to straighten this out for you?
Well,
you said the BIA.
We're hoping for that the Bureau of Indian Affairs will shed some light into the situation.
Have you met with them face to face yet?
I have met with them face to face 4 years ago when I first started this investigation, this research, and I have recently sent them a letter detailing them more facts, because more facts have been coming out.
Where that government moves very, very slowly.
How many people are we talking about from the original Shingle Springs tribe? How many people are within that group?
We're probably looking at about 400 people.
400 people.
Yes.
So you've got 400 people that have been displaced by a rogue band, basically.
That is correct.
It sounds like the early 1800s. Yeah. So what is it that you want? Do you want those people to leave?
I would like them to show some courtesy and some honesty regarding the documentation. If they want to share the reservation with us, because the Bureau of Indian Affairs put them close by, then that was a decision that was made by the Bureau of Indian Affairs. But if they want to just kick us out and say, you have no part of this, you're nothing about it, it's like, well, wait a minute. So you've been invited as a guest into our county, into our land. How is it that all of a sudden you're going to take over us? Because we were in the middle of the gold rush, and at some point there were barely a few struggling survivors. And now a young man like me is here. Yeah, I know I seem kind of young. There were not many survivors. We barely made it out of the gold rush era, because the Nisenan, Miwok, Digger Indians were kind of in the way of the gold rush that was in. We had millions of people coming to.
Well, you said, when I asked you what you wanted out of it, you said a little respect, I guess, or
yes.
A little. Frankly, I'd be mad as hell, and I'd want those people off my land.
Yeah. That is how they are acting. If I were to give them the same attitude that they're giving me, that's what I would be saying. Get off the land, because. And frankly, if they don't respect us, they do need to get off the land. They need to get off the land.
Well, it sounds like you're being nicer than they are, but realistically, have you sought legal counsel on this? Is that a venue? Dealing with the federal government, we know they move at a snail's pace.
I've done my best to mediate this with them and with the Bureau of Indian Affairs, and I've also have been mediating it with our depositories that we have, like the El Dorado County Museum. Where we have this documentation. This is all official. We have a lady, Bonnie Bataglia from the library. She has documented to me. She said, this is all official. You're the ones that's supposed to be here.
Okay.
So yeah, my brain is going.
All right. So basically, you've been kicked off your land.
That is correct.
you have the deed to the property, more or less.
Yes, we do. Yes,
But
we
these
do.
people are not accepting that. Have you talked to the tribal council? Or has Mr. Fonseca let you get that far?
Yes, I have spoken to them.
And the tribal council's attitude is?
They basically refer back to Mr. Fonseca, and he's even signed documentation that he says, okay, here's your full-blooded Rosa Craig. Here's her daughter. She has no descendants. We would recognize her, but she has no descendants. And her other daughter, who has some descendants, we're not going to recognize. We don't recognize
So
her.
they're picking and choosing who they recognize?
Absolutely, 100% they are.
It boggles my mind, but that you do have this documentation, and they're not allowing you to the land.
These government documents have more blood quantum than Mr. Fonseca has. These government documents have more officialness than anything that they have put out to show our community.
Okay, what are you willing to settle for?
I am willing to settle for something that is going to help the people, the Indians of El Dorado County. That's going to help change their way of life. It's going to help change their life.
And allow these people to move back onto the reservation?
That is correct.
And to share in the revenue of the
that is correct.
Any future endeavors on that
That is correct.
And to be part of the tribal government.
They need to recognize us as the very first tribal government that was on that reservation, and they need to learn to share with us, or they need to leave.
So you're willing to actually be very magnanimous in my estimation and share with them, not send them walking like they've sent you walking.
That is correct. That is
you
correct.
want to sit at the table and talk.
I want to sit on the table and talk, and I want to get down to the bottom of the truth, because it just doesn't seem right.
Now, do they have paperwork that disputes your paperwork?
I have seen nothing from them. I have asked them in many courteous ways, very respectfully, and they offer nothing. They offer nothing, but they don't have to do it. And I'm like, okay, well, you're a chief and you have your, the sovereignty part. I said, okay, well, I'm a chief just as well. I'm well documented, and I've got my identification from the Bureau of Indian Affairs. You need to sit down and talk with me. You need to discuss with me and come to some mediation.
Well, hopefully something will come of this, and maybe these groups can get together and talk. Thank you for being with us. A fascinating story.
It is.
We'll be back.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be back for closing comments.